Okay, so I'm gonna make a little graphic, animated graphic, and I'm gonna write the elements using Photoshop and bits in Ventuz. I'll try to keep it short. So I'm gonna start off with what's it in Photoshop? I'm just gonna do a 512 by 512 canvas to work with. So I'm just gonna create little assets that I can textures I can use in the scene. So actually, before I do that, I might as well make my background. So I can just start with a 2D gradient. Put going here. Oh, gradient options. And let's see what can we do. Vertical, we've got clockwise. Is there a circular one? There's no circle one. We've got normal, flip, horizontal. Is there a radial? How do you make a radial one? Say that, and I want to make that radial. How? I'm just gonna change some colors here. Need those middle ones. Like a radial, the radial gradient doesn't really say normal. What about if I add an effect on top? I'm just trying something. Because I know I can do it in Photoshop, it's no problem. Distortion. X. Distortions would be here. Oh, could do something. Use it. Ooh. Sorry. Looks like I might have to. Let's just check. Oh, actually, might not have to go with this. I don't know. And a bit. Let's doing a radial thing, and now I just got to tweak this to kind of work for me. Anything. Middle's not working now. I'm just gonna use a 2D image. Okay. So I've still got my 3D layer. Got 2D image. We're going to Photoshop. We just make a quick gradient. For that one, I want it nice and big. 1920 by 1080. Let's go gradient map. Where is there? I should put. I'm doing it wrong. Sorry. This is not like a planned tutorial. I don't like how they done this. Before you used to go here to the paint bucket and hold it down, and you got G to switch, but they changed it. I'll just do it here, gradient overlay. Easier. Radio. Blue. For some reason it's inverted, and then not how I want it, to be honest. I was radio. I have to do it the other way around then. Okay. So that will be the green. This will be the blue. That's my center. That'll be where my that'll be where the main focus will be on the screen. Hopefully. I'll save this. Save this as PNG. I'm gonna make a new folder. New folder. I'm gonna call this eco environment. Just BG. Save that. I'll go here. You can drag and drop the file, or you can double click and browse to that folder. I'll put it here. Open. Bam. Okay. I might go in here. And actually, end. That bit there. Okay, so I'll go into my 3D layer now. So first I'm going to start off with something simple. Circle. Call this sun. I'm going to add a color solid. Give it a color. Maybe. Boom. Can change that color after. It's a bit big, but hey, it'll do. Tiny bit. So that's a sun. I'll just duplicate this. I'm going to delete this. And get a rectangle. I'm going to call this cloud. I'm going to place that material in front. So I'm going to have multiple clouds, textures. And I'll just place this where I want the cloud textures to go. So I'm just putting these as placeholders right now. It doesn't matter, we can move these around. I'm just gonna scale it using there. Maybe make this smaller. You can move them in the distance in the Z. All I'm doing is just changing the X and Y position. Just gonna go for like a 2D look. Keep it really simple. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Photoshop. And I don't need this canvas anymore, so I can close it. So here I've got a 5 by 5, 12 by 512 canvas. And I just hide the background. Actually, I'll turn the background on. And I use the rounded rectangle, make a cloud. Could have used the rounded rectangles inside Ventuz actually, to be honest. I want it more round. Oh, how do I redo? Control Shift Z. I don't need that one. I'll keep this one. Just change that to a circle. Layer. Move this up a bit. I might scale this in. I'll do. It's not the best cloud in the world, but it will work. Yeah, I'll just use the space as much as I can. Yeah, I could have just done geometry to be honest. Rasterize this layer, please. Boom. Right, I'm going to save this as a DLS, DSS, sorry, not DLS. So DSS, smaller. Got this cloud. Save. It's got so we'll go in here, color, add texture, base with alpha, cloud. Boom. Looks a bit squashed. It looks terrible. I could have done better with geometry. I might do. I'm like 50-50 whether I should change the geometry or not. Change it to geometry. I don't like this. No. Okay. So what I'm going to do is delete that texture. I'll make a geometry one, rounded rectangle using geometry. Just because I didn't like the Photoshop version. That looks better already. And if I get an axis with a circle. Shift this over here. Now I've got a blending issue here. I think I can fix that with the, is it the draw mode? There's a way to fix it. Yeah. Draw option. Not that. Blending. I think it's blending. Maybe? I don't know. Not blending. Don't do that. What I'm doing here. I think maybe advance. Let's test this. Not doing what I want. Okay. I don't want that. I don't want that. The only other way I can fix it is by doing this. 180. And I'll group those. They know. Put this cloud. Next is there. Then shift it around still. This is not too bad, but going in here. Gonna shift this a little bit so a bit of variation. I don't need that. I've done it to make it into a container. Get rid of that group there. Okay. So let's just shift some of these around. We can play around with this later. It's not a problem. Just change the scale so we look like we've got some perspective. Really? We're cheating it? It's a bit similar to that Christmas tree one I've done a while back. I'm even thinking taking this layer here and just putting it in here. Color. Texture base alpha. I don't even need to do base alpha to be honest. I can play around here with the UV mapping. Yeah, that's kind of like how I like it. Might give it a bit. Yeah, that's got bring the color down a little bit. Can change the color of saturation later. So clouds, we've got clouds. So clouds. We can animate those later, drifting slowly if we want. So I'm gonna go back to Photoshop, get rid of this horrible image, and I'm gonna make a little hill. Actually, I'm gonna make a few hills. So, then just draw a circle. Where's the pen tool? And then just, yeah, it's fine. That. Okay, new layer, get this. Pen tool again, just warp this, you know. Do one more. And then we just repeat what we've got. Maybe make this one a squished kinda. Yeah. So I'm just gonna rasterize these. So rasterize layer, rasterize layer, rasterize layer, chop it. Boom. The same for this one. And chop it from maybe. And same for this one. Chop it here. Yeah, delete. Oh, wrong layer, that's fine. Oh, move this up, make that extra bit. Yeah, so 3 different types of heels. Turn them on. Lined up. Makes it easier for me. Space. Um, oh, okay. And just save that each one. DDS. I'll just go hill 1, save. I have no mapping, I don't need it. On this one more centered. Yes. It's a bit centered more. Hill 2. And center this one up. A lot of the stuff you have to do is just create assets and scale this up a bit. All this space that we can use. Even that is a lot of wasted space, to be honest, but it's not a real project. Feel free. I get a rectangle color and use a solid color. I'm gonna add the actually I'm gonna add both texture and base. So I've got the base one here. So if I load in the first hill, and I'll just scale that up. Set where the ground will be. This scene, and it's somewhere here, maybe. For now, we could even move this a little bit forward. Move it. Let's just move it -1. So everything in that layer. Actually, no. Easier if I just have main axis and then just say -1. Now I don't have to worry doing it back each one. Okay, so I've got hill 1. Let's get another hill in. 2. 3. And we could even go in here. Go to the UV mapping. Let's flip this so it's the other way around. So I'll just say -1. There we go. So they're not all facing. Right now, those two are facing the same thing. Perhaps I'll make it taller. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's just something you're happy with. And let's add a few more. So these ones are at the back. So move these to the back. And I'm gonna stretch that out. I'll push this back actually. Right there. This one. And in this one, I'll change that UV as well. You could do all this in Photoshop. You could make textures or whatever. But you can just do it in here. It's no different. This bit here. Yeah. So now I want to give these a bit of color. So that's why I've got this checkered one. What I'm going to do is replace the checkered with a gradient. So we can change this. Let's do the black and white. Where is it? This one. What we can do is just change the color. You can use the color picker if you want. Similar green. I'll adjust this later as well. Make it more. That's what I done. I should have. Can I copy this? Does it let me copy? Clone? No. Yeah, can clone. You can't. It'd be good if you could copy that and then move it to here. Can I? Actually, can I? No. Can I copy that? No. Unless I expose it and then link them in here in the content render. Yeah, doesn't matter. Try this, turn vertical off. Looks nicer. Yeah. I'm gonna desaturate it. Right. Let's see. I'll just put green. I don't like. Kind of like that. Might change my mind in like 5 minutes. So nothing. Yeah, I think the hills looks a bit too big, but doesn't matter. Maybe these three need to be a bit smaller. Yeah, smaller. Not perfect. Okay. Spread that out a little. Cool. I'll just call these hills. Let's save scene as. What's going on with this one? That one looks kind of. Yeah. Looks wonky, but it's not actually wonky. I mean, it's just this weird shape. Anyway, I don't want to spend time on the hills. Let's make some trees. We can just trees pretty simple. We can make. So what I'm gonna do actually, I'm making a tree in a new scene and then just copy and paste it. I'm gonna make a circle. Or should I make? Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay, so this is my forest tree. I'm just gonna make it like this. Color solid. I'm gonna use the gradient again, so just the base and then the 2D gradient, and then I'll go for a green, green here, and then slightly brighter green. Maybe this one will be dark. I don't know, like that, and then tighten this up. I could probably change that green It's too what's it called? Too much saturation. That'll do for now. I'm gonna be messing around with greens too much. Anyway, so I've got to say that's my texture. And I want a trunk. I'm just gonna get a rectangle color. Push this over behind the tree. Just bring it down. There we go. Scale this up. I'm going to use the properties here, the size X and Y, scaling of it. Just give this a color, so we give it a nice brown color. There we go. Now we want to make a fake shadow, so I'm going to make a fake shadow. So again, I'll use a circle. Color, solid. Now I'll leave it white because the background is black, and we can change the scenery. What I'll do is just squish this down. Looks like a shadow. See, I don't need to tilt it. I can just squish it, and it gives you that, gives you the illusion that it's got that perspective without having to do anything. And then you can even offset it if you want. I think this trunk needs to be bigger, and I think this needs to be tighter. It looks a bit more sharp. Even here, nah, I have to. I was going to tweak that. Okay, I'm just going to group this. Call this tree. I can merge this to a container if I want. Now copy this back into my scene. Boom. And push this forward. Now before I duplicate this, the shadow, so you can see what I'm doing here. You can scale this up if you want. So that's our biggest tree. So that's that shadow there. Yeah, we need to change. Black. There we go. And then you got opacity where you can just knock it back. So now you can see through. Cool. And we don't need that. Alright. And we got the tree. So we've got tree 1, and then I could just make another group actually, and then store all the trees in here. Trees. You could even go into each one and then change those shadow positions if you wanted, so you could make that look smaller or bigger. Really up to, they don't all look the same, but or you could just use a texture, it doesn't matter. Scale this down. Another one. I'll put this one behind. It's too big. I think this, and then that one should be smaller, I reckon. Cool. Really? It doesn't matter. You can. I'm just kind of making it up. But so I've got a few more trees. Make these smaller. These can be in the distance. So these ones are tiny, tiny trees. Another one, tiny one. Okay. Could add more trees later. We just duplicate it and move them around. What I could do is actually go in here, group the whole thing together, and just even pull out a little, make this bigger. That looks much nicer. So now, got a little scene, like a forest scene or whatever. I don't know what it is. Something anyway. Let's add some windmills or something. So let's go Photoshop. Let's make like a windmill propeller thing. So what can I use? Or should I make it in? I'll make it in Ventuz. I'll make the propeller and stuff in Ventuz. I don't think I even need to do Photoshop for that. So let's do it in here. Let's do a new one. Same way we made the tree and we just copy and paste. Let's make a propeller. Like what's it called? Not propeller. Those big wind generators. You know, with the DC and what's it? Clean energy stuff. Rounded rectangle. I can make one with a rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle's got a lot of good properties. Cool properties actually. You can use. Let's increase the rounded size so we get nice curve. Actually, not too round, but a bit. Yeah, that will. And I'm gonna turn off, except for one side. Boom. And if I increase that bevel, change this scale here, distort it. Eh. Oh, rotation, wrong one. I was hoping to fudge that, but there we go. I think I can work with that. It's not as pointy as I want. I wanted it a little bit more, like a tiny bit pointy here. Does that affect it? That wouldn't affect that. Ooh, maybe I'll go for. Maybe I'll go for that kind of look rather than around it. Yeah. Okay. So let's make 3. Rotate this. Actually, make my life easier. What I could do is go here on the rounded before I duplicate that one on here. I change the align Y to bottom, so now the rotation will be from this pivot, which makes my life easier. Duplicate this. Now all I have to do is just kind of rotate this like this, and again duplicate that. What's this one? I'll do. If I group those, does the center? Boom. I can still play around with this just to see if I can get this any. Now I'm not sure whether I should go for the rounded edge. Or even that. I don't mind. I don't mind that. I go for that. We're gonna go for that. Okay. So we've got this. And what I'm gonna do is add a circle, color, solid. Change the color. That's the center of this. So you can see now it's rotating on that center. can make this smaller. Move this up, smaller again. So now I need to add the post. So the post I'm going to put at the top because it's sitting behind this. So it'll be, which will be just a rectangle. Straightforward. Scale this up and then it's down. We could change the line to bottom as well if we want. So now we can take, oh, the length is about that long. Could of course use 3D objects and geometry and make a cylinder and have it, yeah, but no, you don't need it. Keep it, it's a different style. So I'm gonna add a texture base on this, just to make it look like it's got a drop shadow underneath without having a real shadow. And I'll use the gradient again. Gradient tool is really useful. So, and we invert this the other way. There we go. This way. And it looks like we got a. Looks like this is casting a shadow, just using a gradient without having to do anything. I should have grouped these ones together. These the propeller. I'll just call that spin, because I'm not. That was spinning like this. And then make it the base. Just make the base. So I can use the same thing. I could use this same rectangle, put it in front this time, and change the scale of that. Nice and simple. I could go in here. Could edit this if I want. We do the other way around. Split that around. So tiny bit of shading at the bottom, but not much. I think that should be a rounded rectangle. So I'm being a bit picky, but bottom. This small. Yes, and turn the bottom left and bottom right off. Yeah, you can tweak it around and play with it. I'm kind of like that. So here I could apply on the rotation Z. I can just go to this little squiggly line. I don't know what the name of it is, but I always think it's squiggly. But I'm just going to choose the linear 360. Open up the mover properties. And then you can change the duration just to slow it down. There we go. It's not too fast. You can always tweak those settings. So I'm gonna call this wind turbine or turbine one. Turbine one. Cool. So we can just copy that, go into our scene, paste it in, make sure that's one, because when we copy from there to there, it's going to take two, and bring it forward. Boom. Scale that up a bit. Duplicate this. So now turbine 2 is going to sit behind. Down. Perhaps you want to offset the mover. You could easily go here, offset. And then turbine 3, I can just push that there. And just move this around turbine 3, and I'll offset that as well. There we go. So it doesn't look, they're moving together, but it's kind of unique. We could do is add some more hills, so we could go, what I'll do is duplicate the hills and put them in front of the turbine. But make them really small. Add more layers. Just using that, it looks like little bushes or whatever. I don't know. Could just it could be whatever you want. I could call that now bushes, even though it's the same thing. Bush is, I don't know if I spelled that right. I think I write brushes. I think it's BU. Bushes. There we go. Yes, I'm gonna hit save. Make sure you save your scene all the time when you're making something. Now look, a little, you can dolly in and whatever. You can zoom in just using that one axis. What else can we add into this? Particle system. Boom. See what we can do. Bring that forward. Let's play around with the settings. Perhaps we change the source to grid. I'm just gonna increase that count. Yes, I'm just gonna add some noise. Like that. I don't know what that is, but it could be pollen or snow. It could be anything. I'll say pollen. I don't know what color pollen. Make it really tiny. I don't know how easy that is to see, but it's really tiny. And on the mover here, like that. That look. Actually, when I move through space, does it? How does it? That bit. It gives it a bit more. Push this back. Where's it gone? Lost it. Lost the particles. Oh no. I need to make the particles big again. There they are. There they are. Stretch them out a bit. Tiny bit. Anyway, Z space like that. Smaller. I don't even think I need to animate that, but kind of cool. I can kind of move. Gives it a bit more depth. Those little particles, just adding those tiny particles. Get some depth. Let me Google balloon. What's it called? Air. I'm not gonna Photoshop. Air balloon. I spelled air balloon wrong. Clip art one or cartoon one. Perspective kind of. That's a nice one. Let's take this one. Why is it PNG? Oh, it's not free. What? Nothing's free anyway, but another one. That's quite nice. That's a nice one. I like that one. It's got the clouds, but these way link is generating. Just work with this in the background. Don't need that. I'm just gonna do this. Not the best way to erase something. Where's undo? I'll have to do. Line this up a bit. Even add text. They changed. I don't like the way they changed. Before, I used to have all the options here. Now they like put them in all these panels for just the font. The old Photoshop or the earlier CC and stuff was much easier. I don't like this. That's a fun font. Oh. I don't wanna. Do that. Save this. Balloon. Oh, my bad. Image size. Pixels. It's enough. 512 by 12. Save. Yes. Balloon. And we can stick this somewhere. Yeah. Rectangle. Color. Balloon. You know, can be whatever you want. And even add that tilt back in. And we can just I'll keyframe this one. Say it starts here. I just want it to loop, but I want the rotation as well to loop, so I'm going to rotate that. Like that, because I don't want to have. So it goes this direction. Actually, no, I don't need this. Don't need it. Okay. Say mover, and on this one, a mover. There we go. I just take that out and take this one out. Where is it? Swing, turn swing on. My minimum. Something like that. And then the rotation. I'll do. Boom. And then I'll just increase that duration just to slow it down. Now it'll just loop kind of back and forth here. And I've got that nice little swing. If I want to animate it, actually, I'll just use the movers. Could even offset that. Play around with the values that you like. What happens if I did there? Yeah, let's experiment. Balloon. And we can even add post effects on top if you want. So we could go in here, effects, add, we can even do color grading. Let's see what we can do with the colors. We can make it a bit more green, a bit more blue. Oh, I like that. It's kind of up to you how much. Yeah, it's too much. I'm blowing it out there. But yeah, you can add all the post effects you want. Add some glare. Whatever it is. And we can even go into here and say what cloud is that? Have this one. We can put a mover. Um, Just kind of swinging back and forth, or you could even have clouds looping across the screen, so they could start one end, loop back on the end. Never seen cloud go back and forth, but it's not real. No matter. There we go. Creating a simple graphic. Got all the parallax and all the. And even had probably we had some lens distortion. Ba, 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 ba. Nope, not that one. I don't know, but okay. Even yeah, you can keep on adding effects, whatever you want. Default. And let's invert that, of course. And increase the fuzz. Use that. There we go. Yeah. Have a play with stuff, experiment. Just try and make stuff. And if we look at the polys and stuff in wireframe, hardly anything. I mean, there, that sun there. Oh man, can even reduce that. You don't need that many. You could probably reduce some tessellation here, but doesn't really. It's not really heavy. Not really heavy scene. You can make so many different worlds just using this. Gonna hit save. I like this one. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Some kind of use. You can even go in here actually, and now if I change the Z, watch this. Boom. Now the background I have to push back. Yeah. And now I'm using more 3D spaces. I'm pushing that in the Z rather than being all close. But yeah, you can do so much. Now you can even do, you can fly past there, over the hills, through the clouds, to another world, whatever you want. But yeah, refractics, make stuff and experiment. Anyway, to learn. Have a good night. It's now 2 a.m. for me. Bye bye. Let's go in full screen. See. Full. I'll end it with a big thing so I can take a snapshot. Go. Bye bye.